is, right? In there is a communal garden, right? We pay service charges for that garden.
Yeah,
so,
that's what we were just talking
but
about.
the argument he had is I've been seen twice in the previous week, and I haven't. No officers have been round here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if we'd have been told once, we go in. I mean, I've been off work for 6 weeks now, and I've adhered to the rules. I've got my kids indoors. I'm homeschooling them, taking them out on exercise, everything. But the weather's been so nice, and I think in communal garden, no one's using it. There's ample space out there to keep the distance, right? So
there's no through pavement either, is there?
So no, right? So if you've just been down there, you've just seen the bit I've just marked out, because I'm just not trying to be obtuse towards my neighbours.
So that bit there is the bit that you've marked out.
That's where I was sat. That where I was sat.
Right. Okay.
Right? There's enough room for everyone else to get obviously past, and you've got to think in that area. I've got to pass everyone's doorway to leave my property to go into the public highway, haven't I?
Yeah.
So the argument I had with the officer the other day was, he said, "Oh, in a social gathering, right? The only people I was with was the people from my household."
Did you expect? Well,
I've got a video. It's online. 7,000 people have watched it, and everyone's agreed with me.
Is it a police officer or
Two police officers come round.
PCSO or police officer?
I can't tell you. CW20, CW20.
Yeah, that'd be prevention, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so they've been called, obviously, by our neighbours, because our neighbours sometimes complain about stuff. Because what it was, we sat outside, and I had, in that space, I had 2 chairs, a blanket, and a little tiny paddling pool with my 7-month-old son in it, right? No harm to anybody. And then that was the reason I got a ticket, because I was on a social gathering. He said, "I'm not going to the shops and I'm not out doing my exercise." I said, "I live there." Yeah. So, I mean, as a communicator...
That would have been a report through from someone thinking it was. I bet.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was someone walking along here, looked in and went, "Oh, why are they having a bet?"
He told me it was a call from one of my neighbours. The neighbours complained. He said, so... But I mean, surely I'm within my rights not to suffer...
You'll get a letter through.
Yeah.
Basically, it'll have a whole bit of how to...
appeal it. Yeah, I mean, but on the grounds of that, I mean, surely I can sit outside my own house, can't I? It's not the Gestapo, it's not Hitler, is it?
As soon as that comes through, could I get what you mean? Yeah. Technically, it is public, but there's no pavement going through.
Yeah. Private, I get that residential, completely. We pay for it. I pay for the grass to get cut and stuff like that.
It is really difficult.
It's a grey area, it must be.
When you've got kids and you're stuck inside, I completely understand it.
6 weeks they've been stuck indoors. I take them for exercise, different places every day, but I mean, that's our own garden.
Yeah, but I agree. But if I were you, because obviously if a neighbour's reported, they're only going to do it again.
Yeah.
But I would find somewhere completely isolated, and take the kids away.
But then again, if I take them away from here, due to the guidelines, if I take them away from here and stop for...
You're allowed a rest?
A rest, yeah. But I mean, what's the guidelines on that? I mean, what, could I be there for more than 15 minutes? That's what I mean.
So you're allowed a rest on exercise, aren't they? But
it's so difficult. The guidelines are so vague, it's unreal.
You get told different things, but I, from my understanding, you're allowed a rest on exercise.
Yeah.
So
it's just frustrating how all of that comes from one person making a report about...
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to think, in the legislations and guidelines, there's nothing written about communal gardens, but 80% of this area is flats and communal gardens.
Yeah. I thought she was joking.
No, I've got 6.5 minutes he was here, and he made me pack all my stuff up, take it indoors, served me a £60 fine. He said, "Oh, you'll pay it." He goes, "It was only 30 quid. I said, I ain't been to work for 6 weeks. I'm a supervisor at a removals company.
Appeal it, put pictures in, there'll be a place where you can photo evidence.
Yeah.
Not even that. Go on Google Maps, get an area where do people walk through.
I mean, there's no freedom with that. I understand, it's just, I'm not trying to push or rub anyone up the wrong way by sitting outside my own house, but I'm sitting outside my front door with loads of room for people to pass.
If you had all your brothers, sisters, parents and everyone round.
Different households. It was my own household.
It's harsh, isn't it?
And I tell you what, there was another person out, but she was on the other, where that is, she's on the other end of the garden on a bench, more than 10 metres away. So and she got a fine coming out for a cigarette. But then on the guidelines it says if you're out with your family and someone walks into your gathering, they're the ones that get fined. So why did I get fined?
Were you all being loud as well? But I'm wondering whether it's malicious.
Nothing.
Whether they're like, oh,
my kids are, one's a boffin and one's scared of everything and won't go nowhere unless he's right by my side. And I have a baby who was sitting in a paddling pool. No music, no nothing. It was nothing. I didn't even, we were sitting around loud, shouting, swearing. We're sitting outside my own house in the summer, just been on a walk.
We got a job to go to appeal it.
Sorry to keep your time, but
no.
I just want to in my own head, I need to
Just
justify it.
talking
I can't believe it because that's what we were talking about the whole way up. He was like, she can't be serious.
Yeah, no, for real. I got a £60 fine yesterday for sitting outside my own house. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Appeal it.
Yeah, I will do. All right, thank you very much for your time.
worries.
Cheers. Cheers.